Good afternoon, guys. It is a sunny and warm Friday afternoon. This is London Loop Day 9, and today I'm completing sections 4 and 3. That's from Hamsey Green all the way to Petswood, and it's going to be a long one because it's about 30.1k. So yeah, pretty long one actually. I'm slightly out of breath at the moment because I'm currently walking from Whiteleaf Station where I left off on Wednesday. Now, we didn't fully complete section 5 on Wednesday because to go to Hamsey Green, which is what I'm doing now, it's a uphill walk, then you'll have to climb back down again to get to the nearest train station. So what I've done is I've finished it here on Wednesday. I'm literally walking the last sort of half a k of section 5. We're going to get to Hamsey Green and then we're going to start section 4 from there, and it's going to be a very long day. So yeah, let's crack on with it. So on Wednesday I started off at where did I start off? I started off at Ewell on Wednesday and I completed section 7, 6 and the majority of section 5. It was a long day as well, but the weather was really nice, so we were able to get that sorted. Yeah, then when I got to Hamsey Green, or when I was coming to the end of section 5, it just felt like it's a bit too much. I just wanted to end the day, so I stopped by the nearest train station, which is Whiteleaf. Today we picked up from where we left off. Right now we're crossing over a very old railway bridge, and yeah, it is our first highlight of the day. Aha, our first London Loop sign. It's a pretty hilly walk today actually, so just walked through a field of cows. We're still going uphill. I feel like the uphill sections are now, because we got Hamsey Green, which is quite hilly, then we got Addington Hills as well, so quite a lot of hills today, and I am running out of breath. So yeah, sections 4 and 3, they're quite long sections. They're both just over 15k each, so yeah, it's going to be a tricky one today, but I've got plenty of energy. I think we just need to crack on with it really, so let's go. We are on the top of the hill right now. This is absolutely gorgeous. So on the other side is Happy Valley and Farthing Downs, which is where I walked and ended my previous section. We're going in this direction in a minute. I can see another London Loop sign further up there, so let's crack on. I feel like this is such a long section because we're still doing the sort of leftover parts of section 5 from the previous walk. That should take me another 20-30 minutes, so when I get up to Hamsey Green I can officially complete section 5 and then start section 4. That's why it feels like it's such a long walk. I feel like I've been standing here too long and filming, so I'm just going to crack on with it really. I've roughly walked about 2k so far, which is like, what, less than 10% of what I need to walk today. But I just wanted to point out that there are London Loop signs, the way markers, everywhere actually. What I've noticed is since I've done section 7, all the London Loop is very clearly signposted. So yeah, it's a good thing. I feel like when I was reading some tweets about London Loop online on Twitter, the actual official London Loop page has mentioned that they've been signposting and updating the signs, so I guess they've already come through this area and done sections 5, 4 and 3, I guess. Well, yeah, that's that. Okay, we've left the woodland forest sort of terrain behind and we're walking through an open field. You know how I feel about fields, because I always tend to get lost in fields, but luckily there is a lovely paved footpath here, which means I just need to follow it till we get to the end of this field, where we will be finishing section 5 at Hamsey Green and starting section 4. Okay, we've just got to Hamsey Green. There isn't anything particularly big over here, it's literally like an open green space. What that means is we've just completed section 5 and we are officially starting section 4 of our London Loop. Yeah, it's just an open green space and we need to cross over the road and start our next section. So, when I got to Hamsey Green, I was a bit disappointed because I was expecting to be like a nice big open green area. It was literally like a little junction. So that's where I ended section 5. We are officially walking section 4 of the London Loop now, and for the first time ever I've just encountered mud in my walks, which hasn't happened at all. I guess it has been raining quite heavily the last couple of days, hence we've got mud. Yeah, so far so good. Again, I'm walking between a couple of farms, there's horses everywhere, but it's pretty calm today, pretty quiet, pretty serene. Yeah, exactly what I needed. The temperature's dropped down as well, so it's quite cool right now. I guess I'm just going to crack on with it. We got horses. Alright, I think we need to stop and look for signs here. Aha! There we go. There are a couple of signs over there because I know my route's telling me to take a right, and we got a lovely London Loop sign here, so we know we're heading in the right direction. And we've just entered this beautiful open field now. I've got a pretty sort of long walk ahead of me. I think this is a great time for me to quickly talk about my experience of walking the London Loop so far, because we've got today's walk and we've got another one next week, Monday, and then I would have completed the entire London Loop walking challenge. I guess so far it's just been very adventurous. Every section had something different. Every section was adventurous. Yes, I got lost a few times. I got really annoyed when I was walking some of the sections up near Hadley and Barnet, but other than that it's just been beautiful really, and I'm so glad that I've done it because I've been wanting to do it for a while. Then I put it off for a bit because of the fact that I didn't have enough time, and I really didn't want to do it every weekend because that meant it would have taken up 10 of my weekends. So I'm glad I managed to get this sorted during the school holidays, and I've got literally a week left till I'm back at work. So yeah, I would say this London Loop walks have been really interesting, challenging at certain points, but quite interesting, and I will definitely do it again in the future. The right way around maybe, you never know. So this is also the Tandridge border path, so it's it follows the same sort of route as the London Loop. So we're entering these woods right now. Wow, I guess we are going downhill because we did walk a lot uphill earlier. Walking through this gorgeous woodland downhill as well, so there's loads of exposed tree roots, so I'm walking fairly slowly, making sure I don't trip or fall over, because the last time I was doing something very similar or walking a similar terrain, I almost tripped over and fell and hurt myself. So yeah, just taking it easy. Incredibly relaxing and quiet actually. Yeah, like I said, every section of London Loop has something that's interesting and it's incredibly enjoyable to do. Okay, I know we went downhill, we're walking back uphill again. It's fairly steep actually. Okay, slowly out of breath because I've been climbing uphill. The path we're walking right now is slightly overgrown, so I feel like I'm gonna get stung by something, stinging nettles or whatever. So yeah, want to get through this quickly and safely as possible. I think after this we're gonna come out to a road actually, because I can hear some traffic. Well, let's see how it goes. Okay, that was a fairly busy road, so we crossed it in one piece. There is a little path that runs along the road again, slightly overgrown, probably is going to sting me all over the place. So yeah, this is the little path that we're taking. We're going to follow this path all the way. Okay, we've left the narrow path behind and come up to a slightly more open trail. We're still walking alongside the road. It's not busy anymore, but this is also a bridle way, so we got horses. I haven't run into any horse riders yet though, but there are remnants of horses being here, I guess. Yeah, that's that. We've done about 6.5 k so far, which means we are a third into section 4. Yes, section 4 is a fairly long one, so yeah, I feel great. The weather's amazing. I'm just going to carry on with it really. Yeah, there's a lot of places that I can stop and rest and take pictures of though, because of the length of this walk, and I want to be done by 6 p.m. today. I'm just walking a bit faster than usual. Yeah, let's go. Just ran into the first set of human beings in the last hour. They look like locals going for a walk. Yeah, this is a very interesting terrain. It looks like I'm walking on a little river valley, because it's like if it rains you're going to be having water running down this valley like this. There's sort of 2 banks to the side though, so I don't know if I should be walking in the middle or walking on the bank, but either way there's plenty of room to walk, so I'm just gonna get on with it really. I feel like, because it's such a long walk, I've already taken a quick 5-minute water break. When I go to West Wickham, so halfway through, or as soon as I do 15k, I'm gonna sit down and have a lunch. I've already got my packed lunch in my bag, so I don't need to go to shop or anything like that to buy anything. So I actually came very prepared today. I was starting to get worried that it might actually rain, but as you can see the sun's back out again, so yay, I guess. Saw a couple of under loop signs, so I know I'm heading in the right direction. This is like a dead straight path till the end of this forest, and then we'll have to sort of resort to the signs and the planned route really. Alright, I just looked at my planned route and a map, and I've just noticed that our next sort of big stop is going to be Addington Hills. Apparently there's a great view from there towards London, but I also need to walk uphill, so I'm mentally preparing myself for that actually. So yeah, that's the next sort of big stop for me. After Addington Hills, it is cutting through New Addington and heading towards West Wickham. So from one set of forest, or wood should I say, to another, we've just entered Selston Woods, and we're going to walk the path and follow it all the way to Addington, and it's uphill again. I'm going to be absolutely shattered by the end of this today. It was quite nice to see a few other walkers in this route actually. I feel like it's a walking group of some sort, a mixed group of people, both young and elderly. They were just taking their time and chatting along, said hi to me, so I said hi back. It's always nice to stop and have a quick chat with anyone really, but most of the time people are in a rush to get to places, So am I sometimes, but I'd say during the last 8 days of walking the London Loop, I've only ever come into contact with lovely people, except that time when I was in Hounslow Heath. There were some dodgy characters. Other than that, it's been pretty good so far. So the last 2k have been very hilly. It's either going uphill or downhill, so I'm gonna have to take it easy and I have to slow down. I was doing about roughly 6k an hour. I'm doing about 4.5 now, only because I want to avoid injuries. I've got my walking trainers on today because when I wore my hiking boots the other day, they're a bit old and ratty. It actually caused me a lot of pain, so I decided not to wear them today. I would only wear those if it's like proper muddy and winter weather. Speaking about walking boots, I am planning on getting a new pair of walking boots soon, so hopefully I'll get them in time for my winter walks. And yeah, winter wise, I'm thinking of walking the Capital Ring actually over 5 days, so that should be a good one as well. This path I'm taking right now has got a very autumnal vibe, quite a lot of orange and brown leaves. Yeah, it's just very beautiful. Okay, pylon. Immediately I'm getting some Lee Valley vibes. It's like just literally in the middle of 2 streets. Oh well. Yeah, we crossed over a couple of roads, we've got to the other side, and we are heading towards New Addington now. So where I crossed over, there weren't any London Loop signs. Well, just before that there were, but they were faded. But luckily there's a updated one over here. We are walking towards Little Heath Woods, I guess. That's what the sign said. And shortly afterwards, that will lead us to Addington Hills. Aha, there are more London Loop signs. Okay, I am still walking through Little Heath Woods. I took a wrong turn and I kept walking into the woods because it was really scenic and lovely, but then I realised I'm walking the wrong way, so just had to walk a few hundred metres back, but it's all good. Now we're coming up to a little junction in the woods where we need to take a right, so I've got my eyes peeled for a sign to say we need to take a right here, because otherwise I'll just be walking in this woods instead of the London Loop. I'm not complaining about it, it's just I've got a long way to go, so I don't want to do signs. I don't want to take any diversions today. Okay, so we need to walk in that direction, I guess. Ooh, we're coming up to an open field now. That's a bit hilly as well. We are walking through an area called the Fallen Oak Field. There's another pylon behind me, and I'm assuming there are loads of old oak trees here to be named Fallen Oak Field, I guess. Well, let's find out. We've just left Little Heath Woods and entering the Bramley Bank. Now, I'm not too sure what the Bramley Bank is. Hopefully there's a little sign here that will tell us what this is shortly. Oh, this gate is broken. I guess I need to just leave it the way it is. So yeah, Bramley Bank. It's a 10.4 hectare woodland, supports many birds, butterflies, wildflower species. Yeah, looks like a nice little area to walk through. Plenty of London Loop signs in this walk. No complaint here at all. Again, we are going uphill. I'm guessing this is going to lead us to Addington Hills. I feel like I need another water break. Okay, it's opened up into quite an autumnal sort of brown themed woods. I don't know if they were set on fire, because I can see that it's been burned so far. There might have been a fire here, or it's just whatever happened. Yeah, again, interesting colour palette actually. I feel like I can, after finishing all 10 walks, I can come up with a colour palette. And one of the other things you might have noticed is when you're watching these videos, each London Loop Day has a slight different colour palette, because when I do grade so what I do is when I put all the videos together, I edit it, I fix the sound, then I colour grade it. That means that you're adding a filter of colours to sort of create that atmosphere. Now, at the beginning, near like East London and the River Thames, it was quite more cooler, there's greens and blues, but then eventually it started to become a bit more warm. I guess I do the colour to sort of balance out the darker and lighter areas. Oh well, it's just a little thing that I do to make the videos, you know, look a bit better, I guess. Oh well. We've entered a place called Heathfield. Apparently there's some sort of training centre tucked away within these woods. We're going to walk past that to get to what we need to get to. This is quite a steep walk down, so I'm sort of holding onto the rails. Ooh, camera got caught in a tree branch. Holding onto the rails as I'm slowly walking down. Yeah, very similar to that thing, the bit we walked when we were getting up to Whiteleaf the other day. Okay, I'm out of breath again. We're going up a set of stairs. I think we need to follow this path. Then we're going to be coming up to a main road. It looks like a dual carriageway. And then we need to cross over. This is the tiring one. I think I've done about 10k so far, so we got 20 more k to go. I almost forgot that we're actually in Addington, which is tram territory, which means we're going to be crossing over tram tracks anytime now. From the looks of it, you do need to sort of pay attention and listen both ways and cross the tracks. I feel like I want to wait here till I see a tram today, but you never know. So I might wait for another 5 minutes, take a water break to see if I can spot a tram. Then I'm going to cross over to the other side and carry on with our walk. I waited for a few minutes. There were no trams, but we are walking parallel to the tram tracks now, heading up to Holmes Lane, which is the tram station, or stop should I say. So you never know, you might just run into one, because we do need to cross over. So earlier where I was, I didn't have to cross over, whereas the path I'm walking now is leading me to another tram stop and a crossing. So hopefully when we get to that crossing, I'll actually get to see a tram. So we're at the tram stop now. There is a tram in about 3 minutes time. I decided to wait here for a bit. I think it's a great time for me to sit down and have a quick short break, see the tram, and then we can head back that way, which is the London Loop. That 3 minute wait was well worth it. Got to see two trams, one in each direction. One is going towards West Croydon, the other one is heading towards New Addington. So yes, that was quite a nice stop. Took some photos, filmed the tram just passing by. So yeah, great. Now let's crack on with our walk. As soon as I entered these woods, there weren't that many London Loop signs, so I really had to double check my planned route. I was walking all over the place till I eventually got my bearings, and we are back on track now. Let's head towards Addington Hills now. Alright, we are walking towards Addington Hills. Literally came across a couple of dog walkers with about 6 dogs, and they all ran towards me. Obviously they were all friendly dogs, by the way, but still I was a bit like, okay, I smell like a cat because I spent 2 hours yesterday with my mate's cats, plural. She's got a cat and her housemate's got a kitten, so I'm a bit like, uh-oh, the dogs are gonna smell the cats in me, sort of thing. But I can already see that we're coming up to Addington Hills now. The view is amazing. Oh, wow. Look at the view. So I stood up here, I'm still standing up here. I was just staring at the view. It's absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, there seems to be some sort of fire that's happened here. Probably a controlled burn, hoping it's a controlled burn and not some local setting the place on fire, because I feel like this is a place that gets vandalized quite often, because I saw the bins being overflowed with helium canisters or whatever, nitrous oxide I think. But yeah, it is what it is. Though it shouldn't have a weird abandoned edgeland feeling, it does, which is really strange for me. Oh well, we're heading downhill now. Got to be really careful because it's gravel and a bit of a steep climb down, so let's go. There was definitely a fire because even the London Loop sign is burnt. Now that was definitely a bad fire because not only part of the landscape has been set on fire, even the London Loop signs, the wooden planks on the stairs. I don't know what's happened. I'm going to have to go home and research this to see if it's an accidental fire or it's, you know, vandalism. It's quite sad really, because you're walking through nature and you see the environment being damaged. It's ridiculous if you ask me. Oh well. Yeah, we need to crack on with our walk. I've done 11.5k so far, almost 12k. I just need to get on with this now and head towards West Wickham, where I'm going to have my lunch break. Plenty of London Loop signs again, so it's always a good thing. We're leaving the woodland area and heading into a road. I think that's only for a very short period of time until we need to cross over. Okay, we were walking through a couple of suburban streets, crossed over the road, and then we're back in the woods again. One thing that's happened today is I've met a lot of different dogs actually, which is a rarity. I mean, you would expect to see a lot of dogs in the walks, and I have though, but today I met about 9 dogs already. Yeah, they're all cute. Just walked past 2 little French bulldogs and they wanted to follow me actually, but hey, it is what it is. We're not far from West Wickham now. We got about another 2.5k to go till we get to West Wickham. I think it's about almost 3 o'clock now, so we're like, yeah, getting there. We've got another good 3 and a bit hours of walking left, so let's crack on. About 1.5k away from West Wickham. This feels like such a long walk, because it is actually, because I've just done almost 15k, including the little section that I missed out last time. Yeah, as a summary, section 4 has been pretty straightforward, very scenic, relaxing. It's just long, so I can't wait to get to West Wickham where I can take my lunch break, and then we can start section 3 and walk it all the way to Petswood. Yes, as I was saying earlier, this is such a long section. I feel like this is the last stretch. Walking through the woods again. Obviously, we're not going to go into the town centre of West Wickham. We're just sort of finishing at the edge. I feel like I am feeling a bit tired, but as soon as I have my lunch break and have some more water, I'm going to be feeling a lot better, which means then I can do the other 15k and complete day 9. I feel like day 9 was always going to be a long one, regardless of however I've done it. It would be a longer one, but luckily day 10 next week is going to be quite short. I think it's about 22k, and I will definitely be celebrating with a couple of drinks when I finish, obviously, day 10 and the entire London Loop walking challenge. Let's go. We are currently walking through Shirley Heath. There are a couple of more fields and woodland trails till we get to West Wickham. Yeah, it's been good so far. I feel like I desperately need a break. Plenty of water to drink, because I think the distance is actually getting to me, even though we were at 48% of the walk. I feel like after a short rest, I'll be back on it and we can crack on with our walk. Okay, we finally made it to West Wickham. It's been a long 15 point something k. I'm in desperate need of a break, so I found this lovely churchyard. If I can find some seating around there, I'm going to sit down and have my lunch break, take a good half an hour break if I needed to, and then we're going to crack on with the rest of the walk. Let's go. Now, that was a well-needed lunch break. I took a 15-minute break, had my lunch and relaxed for a bit. We've ended section 4 and I've officially started section 3 now. I've just entered West Wickham Common and we're going to follow this along for a little bit and then carry on towards Pettswood. I am climbing uphill, so I'm slightly out of breath again, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's crack on. So I've quickly looked at my planned route. It looks like the next 1.5 to 2k is going to be along this sort of terrain, woodlands, woodland paths, little forests. So yeah, all good. Oh, look at the view there. I do need to point out that section 4 and 3 are the most dog friendly section, should I say, because I've seen so many dogs. They're all friendly dogs. One or two of them barked at me because they don't know me. Plus I probably smell like cats because I've been spending time with my mate's cats yesterday. So it is what it is. We got about another 13.5k to cover, so I guess I can walk that in just over 2 hours. It's about 4:30 now, so it looks like I'll be finishing this just before 7 p.m. tonight. Oh, it's a long one. Let's crack on. So, walking along West Wickham Common has been very delightful so far. It's gotten sunnier again, because at one point I thought it's just going to get very cloudy and it's going to look a bit moody, but we are walking along a very busy road, so lots of noises and vehicles. Other than that, it is incredibly scenic, as you can see. Lovely trees, forests, ferns. Yeah, like I said, I guess since section 10, it's just been very peaceful and quiet, really. No complaints here at all. Alright, looks like we're leaving West Wickham Common and joining Hayes Common. Now, I got really mixed up the other day because I was thinking about Hayes and Harlington and then Hayes, and I was like, hold on a second, I've already walked that section. But yes, there's a Hayes that way and there's a Hayes in Kent, which is where we are right now. So Keston Common looks fairly straightforward, very similar to the previous woodland path we took. Apparently this is part of Bromley, which I didn't actually know at all, because I've been to Bromley before. I had friends that lived in Bromley, but this is like way out on the edge of Bromley. So yeah, it is what it is. I believe we got another 11.5k to go. I don't know if I've reached the 2/3 mark yet, so I'm going to quickly have a look at my route. I just double checked my plan route. We got exactly 11.5k to go, and we're walking uphill again. Oh dear. Just walked up to this open lake, but we need to start heading in that direction for the London Loop. We have to walk past this wildlife. Okay, we are officially 2/3 of the way in. I've got about 10.5k to go till I complete section 3 and end up in Pettswood. I'm walking through a very quiet woodland area. I think it's a great time for me to summarise today's walk. It started off really well, loads of uphill climbing, probably why when I almost completed section 4 I was absolutely knackered. I've got my energy back now since I've had my lunch break. It's still the last 10k, we just need to push through. At the speed I'm averaging, I should be able to get it done within the next 2 hours. So let's crack on. In one of my previous videos, I think it's London Loop day 1 or day 2, I was talking about how one day in the future I would love to cycle the London Loop, because it will just cut down the time by half, a third even. And then as I'm walking through these paths, I realised most of these woodland paths are not, you're not allowed to cycle in them. So yeah, that's a bummer, I guess. Well, it is what it is, but I will definitely do the London Loop again in the future, a couple of years time, the correct way, clockwise. Oh well, let's see if I do it in another 5 years time, how much it's changed compared to now. Maybe when I have a midlife crisis in my late 30s, I'd probably do that. Alright, just arrived at this place called the Wilberforce Oak. I'm guessing that is the oak tree over there, and there is a concrete seat behind me. I can't quite see exactly. Oh, it says this stone seat was first erected in 1862 in the memory of William Wilberforce. Yeah, so there's a lot more to read. If you're interested, look up Wilberforce Oak. Alright, such a beautiful view looking down there, but we're heading in that direction. Feels like it's all going to be downhill from here. Really narrow paths seem to be a recurring theme in today's walk. It's recurring narrow paths, overgrown bushes and friendly dogs. I hope I'm going the right way, because I walked up the road, then it told me to take a few steps back and turn left, which I did, and now, well, this is leading me somewhere, hopefully to the other side of the field. It's all good, we are on track. It's just the path itself follows a slightly different route than you expect it to follow, but we're back on the main road now and you can hear the cars as well. Whew, still narrow, still very narrow. Alright, okay, we're back and we need to take the path and go in that direction. We've finally reached the end of this path. Oh, there's a London Loop sign and it's telling us to go to the right, which means we need to cross over the road. I'm walking on this country lane with no pavement. Already had a van drive past me very fast. Almost at the end though. I think we just need to get to this side and follow the London Loop signs. I don't see any signs yet, so I'm guessing it's not the farm that we're going into. We're just going to follow it up this road. Okay, we're back on track. I can see the London Loop signs and this name is epic. Bogey Lane must be one of the best names I've seen so far in the London Loop. I guess I'm following Bogey Lane. Let's crack on, and behind me are some horses as well. They are literally through that fence over there, but that sort of cheered me up. I've just looked at my distance. I've got just over 8.5k to go, so yeah, we can't stop anymore and film because I've got another 2 hours of daylight left, so it's all right. Sunset is not till about 7:45, and I should be finishing this by 7 o'clock. So yeah, plenty of daylight, but I just need to get on with it. So let's go. Wow, look at the view. Beautiful open field. I feel like I just need to take a break here, like 2 minutes even, to admire the view, breathe it all in, and carry on with the walk. This is why I do the London Loop, because you come across places like this, even though you're miles away from home, you can just stop and breathe and relax. We are out on an open field now, and there is a woodland path running sort of parallel to this, but I thought I'll take a slightly different route because I could do with a bit more light, because as it's getting darker, walking in the woodlands a bit, it's putting me to sleep basically. So a bit of fresh air, light to wake me up. Okay, we're walking through another beautiful woodland path. We got about 7.5k to go. Yeah. Okay, we're walking alongside a golf course. I think this is the second golf course that we're walking past today. There was one earlier, but I completely forgot to mention that. Yeah, so golf courses are always part of your London Loop walks. This seems very beautiful actually. It looks like, you know, when you're walking towards an old castle or a manor house, a lovely lawn with tall trees. Yeah, quite scenic actually. I just want to get to Pettswood and complete this walk and the day now. The last, I think we got about 7k to go. So apparently we're cutting through High Elms Country Park. Never heard of this park before, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, we need to go that way. Alright, I'm walking on a very quiet road. I guess it's a good time for me to discuss and summarise this walk actually. Yes, sections 4 and 3 have been very interesting. They've been difficult, as in because of the distance. They're quite long. They're both 15k each. Plus, on top of that, I had to do about 2k off the previous section to Hamsey Green. So altogether, when I end today at Pettswood, I would have done about 32.5k. So yeah, it's quite a big one actually. And the other thing is, I started it quite late. I've been trying to wake up early, but just seem to be having difficulty sleeping, so I've been going to bed late and waking up even later, so I don't get to start till midday, 1 o'clock. So it's noted in the future, if I'm doing long hikes, be out of the house by 9 in the morning, so that way we can start by 11 and finish by 5 and get home before it gets too dark, especially if it's winter as well. But luckily, because it's summer, I've got a bit of time to kill. Oh well, got a road coming up now which I need to cross over, so camera put away, focus on the walks. I've just quickly looked at my planned route and my GPS. Looks like I'm taking a slightly different path to what's suggested on the London Loop. I think I've missed a turn somewhere, but it's like a parallel route through the woods instead of the main road. Yeah, it's quite nice actually. So we might add an extra 300-400 meters to my walk. Well, what the hell, we're gonna reach the same destination either way, so let's crack on with it. Just walk through the church and churchyard of St Giles the Abbot. It's an absolutely beautiful church. Would have stayed there for a bit longer to check out everything, but like I said, I'm running out of time and energy. We're out of the woodlands and the forest. I'm losing my voice and walking through a suburban road. This is a bit of a long stretch we have to take to get to the other side. Let's go. Okay, so we're back in the woods now. The last 5k to go, so we've done 26.5k so far, 5 more to go. I think I can make this. Everything's aching. It's been a good walk. It's just I could have prepared well for it, but I think I've complained about it enough. I'm just going to get on with it, finish it. I'm definitely celebrating with more than one beer today, because I think when I get to the train station I'm definitely going to find a shop and grab a couple of beers for the journey home, and edit all the photos I've taken on the way as well. And when I get home I'm going to dump all the footage onto my drive and then eventually get through it in the next couple of days. Okay guys, we're walking through Crofton Woods. Just looked at my map. It looks like this is the last set of woods that we're going to be walking through before we get to Petts Wood. I'm hoping there is a actual wood called Petts Wood, but we don't know that yet. I think I got about another 3.5k to go, so yeah, we're almost at the end now, almost at the end. I feel like it only feels longer because where the section ends is not too close to the train station, so we still need to sort of walk another 0.5k to this train station afterwards. Oh well, it is what it is. Let's crack on. Now, this is the latest I've finished one of the London Loop hikes. Normally I'm done by 5:30. I'm on a train heading home. With this one, the time now is, let's have a look, it is 6:20. By the time I'm done it will be 7 o'clock, so it would be one of the latest ones. Now, I've done plenty of late hikes before, especially hikes in Epping Forest, because I know the area, I know the route well. A lot of coastal hikes. I normally do a hike in Margate and Ramsgate, so you end just before the sunset. But this is actually different because I'm walking in an area that I don't know that well, so I'm sort of anxious, but I'm also very excited about finishing this hike and completing day 9 of my London Loop challenge. It's going well so far. Got about 2.5k to go. We're sort of in the middle of this woods and we need to get to the other side of the woods and walk on a road for a little bit till we get to Petts Wood station. Let's crack on. So we've just entered Jubilee Country Park, the final stretch. Alright, last 1k to go. I guess it's the perfect time for me to summarise today's walk. To put it in a few words, it's been long, it's been tiring, but it's also very beautiful and scenic. So yeah, almost done. Let's get to the train station.
Platform 3 for the 1853.
Okay, we've finally reached Petts Wood and my London Loop day 9 is officially over, and we've completed section 3 as well. In fact, my train is literally arriving over there, so that's it from me, guys. I guess I'll see you on the next one, the final one. Bye for now. Take it easy. Yeah, I have to get on the train as quickly as possible, so we're on the train now, heading back into London and back home. It's been a long day. Cheers, guys. The hike is officially over now. I'll see you later. Bye.
The next station is